Well, after years of rumours and speculation, we finally have a new trailer for the next Legacy character to get the green teddy milk treatment, and that is, of course, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. It's a little bit shit if you ask me. It's not quite Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It doesn't quite pack that punch. It doesn't quite mesh well with all the other titles, but I think it's safe to say that just with the title alone, that it does in fact suggest we're doing time travel, because that was what the Indiana Jones franchise needed, was time travel. Time travel. That's what they decided to go with, because that is the idea you throw out there when you don't have an idea. You just go, we'll just do time travel then. You know, rather than all the other things you could do, like, I don't know, Atlantis. You know, there's many, many things you could do, considering, you know, when it comes to Indiana Jones, it's very simple, very straightforward. A man with a whip goes on an adventure to reclaim a lost artifact. It's not really that complex, is it? But instead, what we have to do is throw time travel in the mix. So I think what we're going to be getting, especially with it being current Disney, is a load of shit that don't make no sense. That's probably what we're looking at with the Dial of Destiny. You know, I don't really know what they were thinking with that name, but it really is a bit shit. But yeah, time travel. You know, I don't know why we need time travel, but it's probably going to be a mess. Again, I'd go as far as saying we don't need another Indiana Jones movie. We don't need one. We had a good trilogy, and then unfortunately we had the fourth one. Wasn't very good, and now we've got the fifth one with Kathleen Kennedy's grubby little fingers all over it. So I think it's safe to say we know what we're getting with the Dial of Destiny. But I suppose we'll have a little look at this trailer and just kind of go through it bit by bit. It's not a terrible trailer. It's a trailer, and it's, you know, it's a trailer that I watched. I didn't really I couldn't give a fuck less about another Indiana Jones movie, because I don't really care anymore. At this point, you can almost expect that they're gonna destroy Indiana Jones, probably gonna be replaced with Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and at this point, I hope they do it, because I'd love to see them actually think that Phoebe Waller-Bridge could, you know, like hold a movie on her own. I don't really see that happening. I did hear that, I believe there was a rumor that she was going to replace Indiana Jones. I think that's definitely happening. Again, that's the only idea Kathleen Kennedy has, is, well, what if we make Indiana Jones a woman? That's all she has. She has no other cards to play. And then once they do replace Indiana Jones, apparently they're going to be doing a Disney Plus series. And, you know, with that, that's probably the better idea. Because putting a movie out, an Indiana Jones movie with Phoebe Waller-Bridge carrying it, I don't think it's going to sell many tickets. I don't really see that happening. But let's have a little look to see what this trailer has to offer. We're just going to kind of skim through it. So it's just a car chase. You have other stuff, and you can figure out straight away that it is time travel. So, you know, it's just showing him doing lectures and stuff like that. You do see him, you know, you can see Phoebe Waller-Bridge there. The companion that everybody asked for. So then you have this bit here. Let me just, I can play this a bit. You got him on a train and stuff like that. You know, it starts off with like the piano music. He sees Salah. You know, Indiana Jones is like, no, you know, I don't want to go on an adventure. But then I guess he goes on an adventure, riveting stuff. So, but yeah, that's like the first de-aging of Harrison Ford. There's many more that you can kind of see if you actually go through it frame by frame. You can see, because I believe there was articles out about that it was just the opening scene that was a de-aged Indiana Jones, but I think it's probably going to be more than that, because we have Mads Mikkelsen as well. If we just go back to that a bit. So you've got him as a young guy, and as we go through the trailer, you see him sort of, so you see him there, he's a bit older. And then eventually you do see him. So I'm guessing that's the Dial of Destiny. There couldn't have been a better name for that device. But I guess that's what it is. You've got... So, yeah, there is... So you get him on a horse. It looks fucking wonky. Let me see. I'm just trying to find the... So they do the old nostalgia bait with a rolling ball. They have Raiders of the Lost Ark playing, like, really slow, a bit of a shit version, to be honest. Punching people and stuff like that. So you do, yeah. So you have stuff like that. I'll try and. So that's definitely Indiana Jones there. So he's de-aged there. Again, I don't know if it is the opening of the movie. You know, unless they open with, we're going to go back in time and kill Indiana Jones. I don't know if they start off there. Again, this is the trailer, but it probably isn't what the movie is. The movie's probably completely different to what we're actually seeing. It's definitely going to be time travel. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But I think most of what we're seeing, again, is, you know, it's going to be different when you actually go and see it. So, yeah, I can't... That's definitely... Yeah, that's another de-aged Indy, I think. Because you can see his hair there, where it's brown instead of grey. So you do have multiple instances. See, there's another one there. At least I think that one is. So, and then you have this bit at the end where you see Mads Mikkelsen as an old man. Let me just see if I can find it. So there he is there. If I can just get a clear image of that. So, yeah, that's Mads Mikkelsen. So they have him as a young guy, a middle-aged guy, and then an old guy. So pretty obvious it is, you know, even with just the name, it's safe to say it's a time travel movie. Because that's what everybody wanted. So it's just stuff like him going on a horse. See, I just look at that title and I'm like, that's shit. It really is. So you have this bit. The only line that Phoebe Waller-Bridge has in this movie... in this trailer, is just, oh no, we're not related. Because this is Helena. This is Indiana Jones's goddaughter that's going to replace him. We all fucking know it. We all know that is what's coming. It's going to be. So that's they're not quite focusing on her because they know most of us are going to be turned off by it. So that's what I'm saying. It's probably going to be very different when you're dealing with the actual movie itself. So you get this end bit that's pretty dumb. You know, he throws the whip. They all pull guns out. He like ducks down, and rather than, you know, what you would do. So they hold it, and they just hold their guns like that and continue shooting. You know, if someone ducks down, generally you want to move the gun down to shoot them. So that's a bit stupid. So that's pretty much the trailer. There's not really that much to it. Again, it's not a terrible trailer. It's just a trailer for a film that I don't really care about. But it's, again, I think they're going to replace Indiana Jones with Phoebe Waller-Bridge, because you're dealing with Disney that has to milk everything for what it's worth. So there's no way this is the final outing of the Indiana Jones franchise. They're going to milk it for all it's worth. That's why I think they're going to replace him with Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Because they're not just going to, you know, leave it alone. They don't leave anything alone. When you're dealing with Disney, they are so creatively bankrupt, they just have to keep churning out what people already know. We already know the Indiana Jones franchise. They can't quite come up with anything new. So that's why I think he's going to get replaced. At the end of the movie, it's going to be, I don't know, her with the sunset, picking up the hat off the floor with the whip on the side. I think that's what we're looking at. And then we get a Disney Plus show. Because they know. They know it's not gonna do nothing at the box office with just Phoebe Waller-Bridge in it. So that's the Indiana Jones trailer. We don't need it, do we? We don't really need another one. I think, you know, with all the rumours we've seen, most of it is true. We've already heard about the the test screening audience weren't quite happy with it. Didn't quite do well. I'm pretty sure every version of the movie had the same ending. That was apparently Phoebe Waller-Bridge taking over the role as Indiana Jones. It's do any of us think that that's not what they're going to do? That's all we see happening whenever it comes to any franchises. Replace them with a woman. That's all we seem to see. So that's probably what we're going to get when it comes to Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.